Hello, how you doing? Yeah, me too. Not hiding in my studio at all. No, not using the excuse of making an IGT video to find a little bit of time to myself. No, absolutely not. I don't know where you got that idea from. Okay, so what are we? What are we? What day is it? Who are we? Week 4 of lockdown. Yeah, so it's getting pretty tough, and what I'm hearing a lot at the moment is kids being bored. Basically, kids are bored. Grown-ups, we're bored too, let's be honest, because it can be boring playing with our kids all day long. It's feeling like Groundhog Day, weekdays and weekends merge. So yeah, it's pretty tough. So I'm hoping I can come on here and help with a few ideas. Now, I don't know about you, I'm finding myself doing it. It's getting to that point, it's 4 weeks now that you start thinking, do you know what, we're getting bored of the same old things. Shall I just have a little look online and order some new toys, some new resources, blah, blah, blah. Shall I spend some money? Shall I throw more toys into an already full house of toys, hoping to solve the situation, the kids being bored? Well, let's be honest, we all know the answer. They're not going to help, I'm afraid. It's not going to help. Okay, sometimes it's nice to have some new bits and pieces, but you don't need to spend a fortune. So what I'm going to do instead is try and give you 3 main tips for if your kid are getting bored of the same old toys and you don't want to spend any money, as I don't, because it doesn't always solve that situation. Okay, I imagine you're like me, you've got a house, you already feel like you're drowning in toys. You've got more than enough, so you don't want to add more to the mix. So what we've got to do is we've got to be creative with what we've got. So my first tip for you, I've got them on Post-it so I don't forget. Move your toys. We're going to move them because what happens is children they get so familiar with the toys being there that they almost don't see them. They forget that they're there. So I'm talking mainly about the big stuff, whether it's a beautiful IKEA kitchen, a doll's house, a castle. I don't know, those bigger items that you've probably spent a fortune on, that are taking up a lot of space, but they're not getting played with. And it's really easy to think, do you know what, have they grown out of that? Is it worth getting rid of? Well, before you do, try and move it. Just move it. Whether if it's on a shelf, bring it on the floor. If it's upstairs in a bedroom, bring it downstairs. If it's inside, take it outside. You know that IKEA kitchen? Take it outside. Let them use grass with it. Let them, okay, because still be dry things. Take it outside. Let them use it in a different space. More often than not, it just sparks their imagination again. And it's just like, oh, forgot about that. You know, even though they've walked past it 100 times a day, it just refreshes it in their mind. And it can sometimes just give it a new lease of life. A bit like when you put toys by the front door to bin or to put in the boot of your car to get rid of the charity shop, and they spot them and they swear that it's their favourite. You're like, I haven't played with that for years. It's the same thing. Sometimes moving it just brings it back to their attention. So yeah, just move whatever you've got that hasn't been played with for a long time, move it. Because I bet it's got loads of potential and it's a waste, it just being sat there. So yeah, think about where it is now and where it could go. Think outside the box, go somewhere new, okay? So move your toys, that's tip number 1. Tip number 2, children love novelty, the idea of something being new. So like new toys and all that sort of stuff. And sometimes it can be as simple as the novelty of moving your toys or the novelty of just playing somewhere new, playing somewhere where they haven't played before. Because I don't know about you, I'm getting bored of the same 4 walls or garden. And you're starting to get to the point where you just want to be looking at somewhere new. So have a think, is there somewhere in the house that they don't normally play? You know, something like, my favourite is pulling out the sofa. Pull the sofa away from the wall and let them play behind there. Simple. Can be pushed back at the end of the day. It's just somewhere new. Same old toys. You can still stick the same old toys on there, but it's just somewhere new to play, which makes it all exciting and a whole new experience. Under the dining room table, something like that. Have they played under there before? Same old toys, just a new space. Hallway. Have you got a hallway? Or in the bathroom? What about playing in the sink in the bathroom? If they've got water toys, fill the sink. You might get a bit of cleaning done. You might get an email done or whatever, sit nearby, and let them play in the sink. It's just a lot about letting them play somewhere new. You know, do they normally play in your bed? Let them play in your bed. Let them play in the hallway or the shoe cupboard or the, I don't know. It's just about playing somewhere new that they've maybe not played before. But try the pulling out the sofa one. That is a really good one. Very simple, same old toys, doesn't cost you a penny, takes less than a minute to set up, and will quite often keep them occupied for a long time. Same if you've got an outdoor space, maybe you've got some garden furniture that you could use to make a little den, put the same old toys in there as well, works great. And just to go back to that, move your toys, don't forget about your indoor and outdoor toys. Outdoor stuff, can you bring it in? Could you bring it inside? You know, make sure it's clean, obviously. Indoor toys, could they go out? It's that sort of thing of just thinking about where you're using them. Bath toys, could they go in the water tray? Plastic toys are amazing. I know there's a place and a space for plastic toys, but they are versatile, which means you can paint on them, you can let them get wet, you can let them get muddy and all sorts of stuff. So it's that sort of thing. And that's led on to my final point, which I wasn't meant to say yet, is being creative with the toys that you have got. So don't feel like you need to use them in the same old way. So like your lovely plastic building blocks, Lego, Duplo, that sort of thing, print them in paint, print them in Play-Doh, make patterns with them, that sort of thing. Build with them in the bath. You know, you can mix them up and move different plastic toys wherever you've got. It doesn't just have to be plastic, of course, but it's about using what you have got and just playing with it in maybe a different way to what you've maybe not done with it before. I know things like we've got stickle bricks. They would work really great in printing and things, different stuff like that. We've got a marble run, you know, again, plastic, more plastic. You can build them up. You can put all sorts down it. Water beads, pom-poms, anything that rolls would go down your marble run, anything like that. So look at what you have got and try and think outside of the box. And if you're struggling to do that, ask the kids, because I bet the kids will come up with some amazing ideas. And they're often quite creative with what they have got. And that leads on to the whole thing of, you know, it's good to let our kids be bored. It is. I say it 100 times a day. Let your kids be bored, because what happens then is they get more creative with the toys that they have got, which is what we're all trying to do, isn't it? So they become imaginative and they maybe come up with new ways of playing with the toys that they have. So I hope that helps. I hope I've caught you just before you press buy now on those big shops online and spend a fortune. Please try a few of those tips, see how you get on. It might just get you through the next couple of weeks without having to spend a fortune. I hope that helps. As always, do let me know. Love some feedback, love to hear how you get on. How do you do it? Have you found the magic answer? Is there a magic answer? I'm not sure, but hopefully all these things we can all help each other. All right, thank you very much for watching, as always, and good luck and happy playing. Bye, guys.